Sorry about that. Somehow my camera got unplugged. And I didn't realize it till it was time to go live, so I had to chase down the cable, plug it back in. But we're live now. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for waiting a couple minutes there for me. Bob, get your face on the screen before someone freaks out. Yep. Am I nuts? Says technical difficulties, story of my life. I'm about due, to be honest. It's been a while. And, knock on wood, that was an easy technical difficulty. But when the camera becomes unpowered, when I have my streaming software up, I have to restart like everything because for some reason it doesn't like to auto detect it. So it took a little longer than just plugging it back in. But we're here, we're live, we're ready to go. Not a whole lot to talk about. It's going to be just a general Q&A. If you got questions, we got answers. I'm just going to say hello to everyone instead of singling people out. Hello, welcome. We do have a sponsor for this live stream that we'll get to in a little bit. I have to wait till there's enough people here to make it worth their while. So while people roll in, I'm just going to give an update. The $1 per gallon sale is going on till the end of the month, so you have a little bit more time left. I'm up to 15 20 talls. I just need 3 more. So my one wall is going to be 18 20-gallon talls. I'm basically doing 3 rows and then 3 high. So there's going to be 40 breeders on the bottom and then 3 20s and then 3 20s times 3. So 340 breeders, 18 20 talls on the one wall. Zen says, Bob, did you see my questions? Those nose looks too small for a Farlowella, but some kind of whiptail in the thumbnail. I believe it is a royal Farlowella, but I can double check here real quick. Let's see. Uno momento, because I'm sure someone else is going to ask too. Yeah, it's a royal Farlowella. Puffers are potatoes. Change my minds. Not all of them. Not all of them. Most of them. But not all of them. So what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I've got 15 out of 18 20 talls, only 3 more. I should be able to do that. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 20 longs. But I haven't done the math to see how many 20 longs I need because I'm not going to get them before the sale ends anyways. There's like a shortage of 20 longs in my area. So hopefully come next sale, I'll be able to pick up all the 20 longs I need. Caitlin says, need to transfer my pea puffer to his temporary tank, from his temporary tank to his big tank, so I can throw my snails in what was his temporary tank, who have been keeping the cycle in what will be the big puffer's tank. All right. Caitlin did get a spotted Congo puffer. Going to be here tomorrow. Does anyone have any experience with orange laser cories? Any tips on temps and spawning? Sorry, orange Venezuelan cories. Aquatic moose. I happen to have some Venezuelan cories. I have the orange ones. I have the black ones. And in one tank, they're in like 72 degree water. In another tank, they're this tank right here is next to me is 75. They're very, very hardy. I would not be. They're very one of the most hardy species. I would not be too worried about it. Have you tried water change with cool water moose? Oh, okay. On temps and spawning. So if you want to spawn, I would actually put them at about maybe like 78, and then I would do like a 70 degree temperature water change. Just a cooler water change, lots and lots and lots of protein, and it should do the job. Venezuelans are not known to be one of the harder species of cories to breed, so that should get the job done. Carlos says, how can I get through TSA with live fish? I'm going to Florida this summer and have a guy that keeps and breeds fish. He also goes out and collects fish, and he invited me to go out and collect fish. Most places, you just have to, like most of the times, let me clarify. I have never taken fish on an airplane, but from what I have heard, they just need to be in clear bags, and then they need to be able to see that the fish are alive. So they know that you don't have like gasoline in the bags, that it's actual water. But I have heard stories where TSA takes people's fish. Pretty rare. Most of the time, though, from what I've heard, it's not an issue taking fish on a plane. Aquatic Moose says, okay, great. They're in 80 right now, trying to get the Bolivian rams to spawn so I can drop. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give them some cold water. They'll love it. What else do we got here? Lewis says, shrimps and neon tetra would be fine. I heard they are carnivores. Yes. Shrimp and most tetras are just fine. Mitchell Broom says, corridors, Venezuelans are basically just an Aeneas. From a breeding perspective, the biggest thing is to have them be old enough to spawn. Yeah, mine are still growing out. It'll be a while. But yes, that is correct. Rainwater does the trick pretty well too. Well, if he already has soft water, I don't know what kind of water he has, but yeah, age and maturity is definitely something to think about too. Which then the next question comes, well, how old do they have to be? Well, you can't answer that question. A little bit harder to answer when they're sexually mature enough, because that could be, someone who feeds them 3 times a day and does daily water changes, they're going to reach sexual maturity way faster than someone who does bi-weekly water changes and feed once a day. So that question is always kind of a catch-22, I guess. Silver Creek Aquatic says, I actually gather rainwater during the storms, and add it during the storms, but we get lots of lightning too. Yeah, I'm taking water out of a creek right now myself, although the creek is now covered in algae because we had like a week of sun, so I'm not doing it anymore because I'm just pretty much pumping algae into my tanks if I was. Jeanette says, hello everyone, much love from Denver, Colorado. All right. Awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and I'll be right back.
Mondo self-defense system. After 1 week with me in my dojo, you'll be prepared to defend yourself with the strength of a grizzly, the reflexes of a puma, and the wisdom of a man. Come down today for your free trial lesson.
All right, there you go. Rex Kwon Do, or if you're in Idaho, check him out. Sponsoring the stream tonight. One of the sponsors of the streams tonight. So if you're there, go check him out. Who's going to want a roundhouse kick to the face while you're wearing these babies? Oh my gosh. I couldn't resist. I apologize. Rex Kwon Do. Highly recommend it. All right. So that's about all that's new with me in the fish room. I've just been gathering tanks, building racks, finally. Tore down my 2 125s. Got all kinds of guppies that hopefully I'll be giving away this week. Got some really interesting colors out of the guppies. So when I moved, I had different strains of endlers, different guppies, and I just threw them all in a 125-gallon tank. I had like lime green endlers, the Santa Marias. I had like Japanese swordtail, some crazy Japanese swordtail guppies, panda guppies, like the Snow White guppies, the luminous purple guppies, all kinds of stuff. And the colors are kind of wild. And actually, the one thing that's kind of interesting to me is the panda guppies are still just panda guppies. They didn't crossbreed. Bob, do you have the Rex Kwando costume? I mean, I do. Of course I do. Oh, man. Sage, hello, hello. Good to see you. So, yeah, I think that's about all I've got as far as fish room news for y'all. We can cover the fish of the week. Not a sponsor, but kind of. Not really, though. But obviously, I'm an affiliate for Dan. And I don't know why this is not working. Is it working now? So, I saw these giant spotted emperor tetras show up on his website. And I know nothing about this fish. But I do know these pictures do not do its justice, because if we head on over to Aquarium Glasser, we can see that they have these really nice red spots, red lips, kind of red iridescence in the fins. A really cool fish that I've never seen or heard of. And the fact that it's only $10 is pretty amazing. And if we go back, there's not a lot of info on these. Looks like they're from Colombia, so that'll give you kind of an idea of what kind of water parameters they like. Usually attains a length of about 5 centimeters, but the largest one has been reported to hit 8 centimeters, so 2 to 3 inches for all my inch fans out there. But yeah, just a really cool uncommon tetra, and I really, really like the red polka dots. So there's the fish of the week. I appreciate everyone who bought a spotted Congo puffer last week. We actually made him sell out of his puffers, as much as Leo209 regrets bringing that up. But yeah, pretty sweet. So we've got a couple people in chat that are getting their puffers this week. It'll be nice and fun times for everyone. But there's also some more new fish on the site, so go check it out. The pinned comment is the affiliate link. Well, you will get 10% off your first order if it's your first order. Those Kybers tetras are so cool. I've wanted them for a while now. Attempting 10% off if you've never ordered before. Just saying. Polymath Matt bringing up a competitor. How dare you? Says, anyone use the wet spot out of Portland? They legit. I have serious lack of LFS here in Spokane. What about Pleco Barbie? She has her. I don't know if she still has her store actually, so maybe I shouldn't say that. I will say they are legit. They are a legit place. I did buy some Virginia corridors from them a while ago and lost almost all of them. And I bought some orange flash apistos that turned out to be very poor quality from them. But generally speaking, I've had good luck with their fish. Eric Wyrock says, I just got some Coste tetras. I hope they school as good as yours do. How many? One thing I've learned, it's the size of the school. Especially, well, like most fish, obviously, but really with the Coste tetras, you need a lot of them. But I will say, they're pretty awesome. Even when they don't school, they're just a cool tetra that you don't see very often. I will say also from the wet spot that I did order my C96 corridors from them, and the bag showed up empty and all the fish were dead except for like 2. And they did replace the whole order, so you know, that's something to be said about that too. I really like those dwarf red-tail eels. Yeah. Yep. One of the other fish that I actually wanted to highlight, and you know what? No point not to. I can show that one too. Let's take a look. Go back to Firefox here. Visit the newest arrivals. This is where I saw it earlier. Yeah, there's only 3 left, but this Lake Tanganyika killifish is really, really cool if you can ever find them. I would say they act more like a danio than a killifish, and that they're very sporadic, fast swimmers, fast eaters. So you definitely don't want them with shy fish. But an uncommon fish that you don't see very often. You know, they're kind of expensive, especially because they're a schooling fish. So you got to get, you know, more than 3. But This is a really awesome fish if you've never seen him. Highly recommend him. Caitlin says, how easy is the double wall greenhouse stuff to cut? Really easy. Can I do it with a box cutter? Probably not. Or do I need to set up the saw? When I say easy, I do it with a saw. You could probably do it with a box cutter, but you're going to have to cut like both walls. And I don't know. If you have a saw, like I just use a skill saw and it's super easy. So if you have a skill saw, use a skill saw. Oh, and let's check out the new live scene here with the B-roll in the background. How about that? Can take a look at some fish. I just went through I just went through an overnight ship that took 4 days, Friday through Monday. Lost all because I shipped them to go overnight only. Always be prepared. Yeah. You never know. Overnight is not really guaranteed anymore. So you can buy overnight, but like it's no guarantee that you're going to get overnight. Sage says, I got an additional 7 cost days to add to the school of 12. Nice. That's a good number. I box cut and flip it, then cut again. Yeah, that seems kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, if you have a skill saw, it doesn't even matter what kind of blade is on your skill saw. Just rip it. Just cut it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's out for delivery. Out for delivery. I watched Dan's video in between streams, and I may end up ordering one of those in the future. Man, he's been like putting out videos way too fast. I can't keep up. I feel like he just put one out. Like the last one I watched yesterday was his trip to Denver, and he's already got a new video out today. Is that right? I'm looking at his channel. Yep. He's doing daily videos, I guess, at least for these 3 days. I wonder if he found his editor. Is it still? I'll have to ask. That seems like a lot if you're editing your own videos. What are trout goodieads going for these days? That's a good question. I don't remember how much they were on Dan's website. When they were the fish of the week, we sold like 100 of them. And he doesn't put the prices on here when they're out of stock, which I get because the prices are not linear, but still. Oh, come on. I want to say they were only like $8. I don't know. Did anyone get in on that trout goodiead craze? Remember how much they were? Wonder if I can look at order history and see there. I remember them being too cheap. I do remember that. Let's see. I don't think it goes back that far. Control F, trout. No, it doesn't go back far enough. Dang. You know what's a lot? Editing everyone's video. That's true. Can you keep goodieads with other live bears like platies, or should they be kept separate? Chris, it really depends. If you're getting them to breed, probably want to keep them separate. Goodieads generally, well, I generally keep my goodieads cooler than I would like I have Hawaiian Variatus platies. I mean, they can go cooler, but I do keep the platies a little warmer. But I mean, if you set up a tank for like 75 degrees, it'd be just fine. Aquatic Moose says, get your trout goodieads from Greg Sage. $30 for a trio. Yeah, so like $10. I'm going to be selling some. Just wondering what to ask for them. Yeah, I think they were like $7 or $8 on Dan's website. And, you know, if Greg Sage is selling them for $10, hopefully that gives you some kind of idea. YouTube just sent me a pop-up saying now would be a good time to insert ads. So I guess we're going to take a quick peek at our second sponsor. Let's do it.
Dirty Wings is a simple concept. We bring adults and children together in a structured format to enhance the lives of these children through one-on-one friendships. People ask me, Gail, how did you come up with such a life-altering program? And I tell them I spent a lot of time alone as a kid. My father was a traveling salesman. My mother, out of necessity, was a whore. During adolescence, I hungered for guidance from a committed, caring adult. A mere 12 years ago, I was a raging alcoholic. To make matters worse, I had a massive drug addiction, no money, no job, no hope. But at that moment, I knew what I had to do.
Used to be addicted to pills. Now, I'm addicted to helping.
And when you're addicted to helping, you don't need an intervention.
Because sometimes in life, everybody needs...
All right. There we go. That's it for the sponsors this week. I'm looking for new sponsors for next week, so we'll see what I can find. I'm emailing YouTube. I want my money back. See? I can play ad roles myself, buddy. Sturdy Wings, great organization, helping out kids. Check them out. Regina Phalange says, sounds good. $10 or less. Yeah, I feel like you could, well, if yours came from Greg Sage, I feel like you could get $10 for him. You don't want to know. Yep, got to pay the bills. You know, the YouTube Premium, I don't like it. I have it myself, but I don't like it. Pays way less. Thank you for the ad break. I like the ad break because it gives me a chance to kind of relax, get a drink, pick my nose while the camera's not on me, you know, all that good stuff. Leo, if you didn't know what you just watched, you are... Oh, I feel bad for you. They are the Greg Sage lines. Also, depending on how fast you want to get rid of them. Like, I'm going to be selling some Hawaiian Variatus platies, probably for, like, just, I don't know, $3, $4, $5 maybe at the most, just because I need to get rid of them. Live action role playing. Yep. It's Lair, though. It's Lair. Bob, do you use StreamYard? Heck no. If not, what do you use for streaming? I almost refuse. There's only 2 people that I use StreamYard for. One is John. The other is Corey. I refuse to use StreamYard in any other situation. I feel bad because a lot of people wanted me to do the Fish Fam Christmas, but it was through StreamYard. I'm like, no, I refuse. Because StreamYard, you have to pay like $50 a month to stream in HD, which is ridiculous. All right, HD has been out since the 90s. So why would I pay $50 to stream 30-year-old technology? It's crazy, crazy ridiculous. $50 freaking dollars. Never gonna happen. I mean, it does, but generally not. It's crazy. Like, I could stream in 4K if I wanted to right now for free, but there's really no point. Like, nobody wants to see me in 4K. That's ridiculous. I've tried it. It's horrendous on a big screen. So I use OBS Studio. It's free. It's definitely not as easy as StreamYard StreamYard. What am I thinking? Definitely not as easy. But it's not that hard either. And there's a way more you could do with OBS than you can ever do with StreamYard. I want to see you in 4K. No. I've done it. It's not good. Drinking the good stuff tonight. I see Mountain Dew for the win. I do not touch this stuff. That is literally poison. Not that this is any better, but it's not Mountain Dew. Definitely not Mountain Dew. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Oh, did you change your picture? Is that a rainbow fish now? Oh, no. We were on the B-roll scene there. Oh, well. We'll go back to it a little later. Thank you for the $1 super chat. I appreciate it. Speaking of YouTube ads, you get a bigger kickback if someone watches the whole ad versus skipping it. To be honest, I have no idea. I do know that YouTube has, like, halved their ad pay, so that kind of sucks. But if people aren't buying ads, you know, they got to lower the price. I want an OBS Ford. You can file a complaint with a co-op all you want. I am of no affiliation. Mountain Dew is an aquarium co-op throwback. I don't even remember the last time. See, I used to only drink Mountain Dew when I would get Mexican food. I don't know why, but fountain Mountain Dew with Mexican food was like my jam. It just, I don't know. But now, like, I can't even do that. Like, Mountain Dew is just so gross to me now. Ugh. So gross. It's a premium ad. There you go, Mitchell Brew. Somebody asked about a fish room tour video. I'm going to start posting much more content on YouTube. I've actually got a whole plan of action for next month as far as what I'm releasing, when I'm releasing it, and also more streams. I don't want to go into specifics because I hate being the person that says I'm going to do all this stuff and then doesn't do it. But yeah, there's going to be way more fish room videos, obviously, because I can't remember the last time there was one. So yeah. Do you like root beer? Yeah, but I don't drink soda in general. But I like root beer, but I don't drink it. I like, the only time I drink root beer is like when we go camping. I can't remember any other time that I've drank root beer. And it has to be like summer camping. Like I won't drink an ice cold root beer when it's 15 degrees outside in the winter. Quick question. What is a good brown tint or just darker green stem plant for a tank with medium light, no CO2, planted substrate? Also wanted to cover the top. Also liquid fertilizer. That's a quick question. Brown tint. So most bacopas are like a darker green, but they're still really green. Brown tint is usually bad in plants. I'm trying. Offhand, I can't think of anything that's going to be like brown tinting because usually brown is bad. Suburb tubbing series. There will be some videos, but not like series. Tall crypts. Yeah, I guess crypts. I always forget about crypts. What's the really tall one that's really expensive? Is it Hooteroy? No. Oh man, this is gonna bug me. Yeah, I think crypt is definitely your answer. Like even like crypt Wendedii, you can get like bronzed. But it will change depending on the parameters. Let's be honest here. I'm sure someone's going to say what it is before I get to it. It's pretty spendy. Let's see. Which is the one I'm thinking of? Affinis. Is it Affinis? I think Affinis has, Cryptocorn Affinis has that bronzy reddish look. Spiralis is green. Pretty dang green. Yeah, if you don't need it to get really tall, Wendedii, like red, might be a good one. Balanese does get tall, but it's green still. I do love Cryptospiralis. Like I've got a ton of it. Well, not a ton of it, but I've got a couple really nice ones growing out over here. It is one of my favorite crypts. Secret history, living in the aquarium. I saw you re-upped, man. I was just thinking about you the other day. Like, man, I haven't talked to him or seen him in forever. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for re-upping the membership. I appreciate it. Missed you in the last stream, though. Crypt Alec. I got to be honest, I've never even heard of that crypt. Red Metallic Crypt Affinis. It's on... Lucas Brett's website. It's probably sold out though. No, it actually says he has some in stock. Let me see if I can show you what this looks like here. It's loading. It's thinking. Let's just see if it'll come up. All right, I'm not sure how this is going to look, but we are going to... It's kind of bronzy, right? This is the Cryptophinus. Curtis Schindler, member for 41 months. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. Says, super excited. I was given some Val, and it is now self-propagating in my 75. Yeah, I was given some Val like a year and a half ago for my 125. And it never died, but it just now started spreading. And then I just tore it out. Took a year and a half for it to start spreading, and then I just tore it out. I would say this is kind of bronzy, though. I don't know if it's tall enough for you. But... they're on Lucas Brett's website right now for $10. Now the thing with crypts though is you're gonna need a lot of them because they grow really slow. Just something to think about. Let's look at fish some more. What about Lagwidia? Are there any that can grow in my parameters other than repens? So yeah, I think you can grow. So the problem is not your parameters. The problem is your color requirements. You can grow lots of, one of my favorite is needle leaf Lugwoodia. I got some of that growing. It's green and it does turn like red and purplish, depending on, lighting and CO2, and fertilizers. For the most part, in your situation, it'll probably just be green though. I think the bronze color you're looking for is you're only gonna get that in crypts. What's that rainbow? Marisi. Melanotania marisi. Very nice fish. I'm glad to be back. I was sicker than a dog the day I flew home from Mexico, then for 2 weeks after, so I'm just now getting better, updating credit cards for YouTube too. Nice. Blue cars won't stop breeding in my 125. It's bonkers. I mean, that sounds about right. They're not known to be difficult breeders, that's for sure. Do I think those strawberry leporanus would fin nip cories and whiptails? From the very limited experience I've seen of them, I think you'd be okay. And I think Dan would say the same thing. Of course, I've said that before, and Dan has said the completely opposite thing. So, but I did not see any sort of aggression when I was at his shop. But again, when there's 100 of them in one tank, you generally don't get that much aggression. But if I remember correctly from filming the tour and what he said about them, I think he said they weren't as bad with the fin nipping as other leporanus species. Curtis says, I know a guy that was going to toss 2 big Java ferns and some Val. Java ferns, that's a good one to get for free, if you got them for free. I took them, and now they're doing great. Johnny from Dan's Fish says, those are skinny puffers. Yep. That's what you had when I was there. But to be fair, they also weren't for sale when I was there, so... So I guess that's a good point. Look at some of the red swords too. The red swords, to actually get them to be red. Well, I mean, you said you do use fertilizer, so you could be you could probably do it. I would just get root tabs if you're gonna do sword plants, and also make sure you don't have any bristlenose plecos. Oh, it's telling me to insert another ad, but I don't have any more. Eric Wyrock with a $13.03 super chat says, a weird amount for a weird gentleman. That is a great compliment, and I appreciate it. Silver Creek Aquatic says, Kleiner bar swords have a brawn-ish red color. I pretty much gave up on all sword plants because I have bristlenose, at least one in like every single tank. But maybe. I did get some marble swords. about a month and a half ago now. They're in my plant overstock tank here. I'm doing pretty well. Until I forgot that I had a bristlenose pleco in that tank. Any plans on summer tubs this year? Yes, I was gonna try rice fish this year and some paradise gouramis. I'm only gonna do rice fish. I might try my luck with white clouds again. I've had terrible luck not keeping them. Like, I've had white clouds outside now for about 4 years, but I've gotten 0 fry. And the group I have has got to be getting really old. So I might try like a different group of white clouds, but for the most part, the plans are right now 5 outdoor tubs. The black tubs that were in Corey's fish room that he took down, I now have a buttload of those. So I'm going to use just 3 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other ones yet. I'm going to set up 3 of those, and then I have 2 like 300 or 400 gallon tubs. I don't remember now. And I'm going to set those up. I don't know what I'm going to do in those, but the smaller ones I'm going to do rice fish. And only rice fish that can go cold, because I don't want to remove fish in the fall anymore. It's just a nightmare. I'm not into it. So that's my summer tubbing plans this year. And I also want to find plants that will do well outside. I'm not a big plant person when it comes to like outdoor plants, so I gotta do some research on what will do well here, hopefully year round. If the plants are seasonal, that's fine though. I can deal with that. Bob, I have a ton of red sword plantlets if you want me to send you some when they root. No, I don't want sword plants that bad. Sword plants are I like them, but I don't like them. They're kind of weird. Well, they're weird. They're not weird, but it's weird that I like them and don't like them at the same time. Alex, saw your last stream and was surprised you actually decided to stream. And streaming in 1080. All right. Doesn't the co-op sell some? What are you looking for? Oh, best place to find scuds. I need to start a culture for the puffer. Also, how easy is it raising dubias, feeding, cleaning? Dubias are some of the easiest live food you could ever raise. The only other place besides Dan for getting scuds would be like eBay. And I've actually had really good luck with live foods on eBay, but that's the only other thing. Maybe like Aquabid, but let me pull up eBay right now. Live scuds. Let's see. Clams, lots of clams. Yeah, here we go. Freshwater scuds. That seems pretty expensive. 68 live scuds for $30. 500 plus freshwater scuds, $64. Yikes. What else we got? 25 for 20. Wow, scuds are $1 a piece. I'm in the wrong business. Aquatic art. This can't be Aquatic Arts. It is Aquatic Art. Aquatic Arts, what is wrong with you? They're selling scuds for $22. It doesn't say how many, but then they're charging $45 for shipping, which I get is probably overnight, but still. Who would pay $45 to ship scuds? 50 scuds. That's it. 50 scuds. $75 for 50 scuds shipped. Oof. Here we go. 500 live Daphnia for $37 with the shipping. That's not bad. Scud sales coming soon from an Aquarius near you. Goldie Farms used to give good deals on scuds for $50. Let me look. Speaking of puffers, there's one now. Goliad Farms. Can we search? Do they not have a search feature? Oh, brutal. Or I'm just blind, but I don't see a search feature. Ugh. Here we go. Scuds. Culture. $45. Does it say how many? Oh, 1,000. There you go. 1,000 for $45. 10 customer reviews. Look pretty good. $2,000 scuds for $60 plus shipping. Or is it $80 now? $80. Looks like they raised their price a little. There you go. Goliad Farms. Goliad Farms. Thanks, Alec, for the recommendation. The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium says, I've gotten tired of aquatic arts unless I'm doing big orders, hence why I now promote Dan's Fish. Yeah, aquatic arts is, I don't know what they got going on over there, but it doesn't seem to be anything good. Not trying to badmouth anyone, but seems like they got some weird stuff going on over there. Regina Phalanges. Do puffers need scuds? I have an unending supply of bladder snails, plus, of course, frozen bloodworms. Yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, Regina, scuds seem like a lot of work for something that can just eat snails and bloodworms. I don't know. My scuds always crash. And I guess I should say, like, I'm terrible at keeping scuds. I can keep them for like 3-4 months, and then they just always crash. But you know what never crashes are my snails. They just always live and multiply. Charles and his wife at Goliad are super sweet, too. Have you met them? That's kind of neat. Nancy B at Tennessee says, I have a site credit for aquatic arts from the dead shrimp they sent, but they have been out of stock on everything for so long, I just may use it for food and be done. Yeah, that's kind of like, they used to have like a lot of cool fish, and now they have like nothing ever. And it was explained to me why by Alex. I don't know if that's, you know, public information, so I won't say, but I don't agree with it. It's like everything I look for, out of stock. Out of stock. Okay, I'm just going to pull up rainbow fish. Let's see what they got. They have Praecox rainbows. That's it. See, you used to be able to go to Aquatic Arts and they would have like 20 species of rainbows. What else could I look at? Well, let's look at Corridoras. 2 species of Corridoras in stock. That's so bizarre. Not 3. Like, I feel like they used to do a lot of volume. How do you go from that much volume to like no volume? Like, I don't know. Their Corridoras Rebutii do not look like Rebutii. I'm no expert, but to me they don't look like it. Very bizarre. Although they do list the prices on stuff they're sold out, which I do like. But they just have nothing. Like, when you go to their website and you see like their list of fish, you're just like, man, look at all this stuff they have. And then you actually click on it and they're like, oh, never mind, they don't have anything. But anyways, that's enough of that. Not in person. I just talked to him when he streamed with folks a while back. Just very wholesome, nice folks, from what I can tell. Plus, they're down here in Texas. Yeah, well, I sent them an email and they never answered me, so I guess I'm not a big enough deal for them. I've had good luck with Aquatic Arts, but I've had way better luck with Dan. Nice Epistos. Those were nice Epistos. Oh, I think we've gone through here a couple times, right? All right, let's blast me back on the big screen here, as much as I don't want to. Johnny from Dan's Fish says, is Aquatic Arts still planning on opening a retail location? If they are, that is a terrible idea. Is that their business plan? We're gonna go from mass selling online to opening an LFS. Yikes. Chelsea says, I'm annoyed when out of stock fish prices aren't listed. Yeah, so am I, even though it's like that on my website. And I've talked to, my website is through Shopify, and I'm like, I talked to their support, and I'm like, how do I show the prices of stuff that's not in stock? And they're like, you can't. And I'm like, that is stupid. But then I figured out, like, if you here, I'll pull it up for you guys. Not that I have anything on my website for sale, but I'll show you how to do it. With this should work with any company that's using Shopify. Whoa, it's so big. That's what she said. Whoa. So if we go to live fish, go to shrimp. So what's sold out? Like yellow shrimp. Wait, you guys see this? Yep. So you see it says like there's like no price here. What you have to do is change it, and then it'll show you the price, which is so dumb. This is what I emailed them about. I'm like, well, how do I just get the prices to show up instead of saying sold out? So I will never sell a single shrimp, but I had to put single as an option just so you could select it and check the price. Although there is some orange shrimp for sale and some mighty fine orange shrimp. I'm still not ready to list my cherry, my really, really, really dark red cherry shrimp yet. I still want to get a few more clutches before I start selling them. But that's the trick. Of course, you have to know if like a website actually is using Shopify or not. I'm like, why can't it just default to show the price? Why do I got to play these games, Shopify? What's with all the games? I don't like playing games. I kind of do. Hey, T-Shot says, hey, Bob, hit a milestone. Made my first official sale to my LFS. Nice. Hongsloy and Orange Flash Apistos. Thought I'd share. Thanks for all your knowledge along the way, my friend. That's awesome, man. Super awesome. Now that you have the door open, you can pretty much do anything, right? It's all about getting your foot in the door. It's always fun seeing wet spot prices being like $4 and we're selling fish $70 a pair. I'm very... wait, was my sound off that whole time? No, it was just you. Just you. Very unhappy with their quality of Apistos. I don't know where they're getting them, but they need to find somewhere else. Because my orange flash I got are about the most dull orange I've ever seen. When we went down there a couple months ago, like all the Apistos were just really drab. I do need to buy some Apistos from Jason and see, like everyone raves about his Apistos. Even Dan says his Apistos are nice. So one of these days, probably after my tanks are up, I'll pull the trigger on some Apistos from him. I did pull out my Apisto abacaxis, probably pronouncing that wrong, out of my 125, and boy, does that male look good. Whew. Amissa says, Johnny, having ordered from both, you'll be getting my business moving forward. Secret History Living in Your Aquarium says, Redfish Bluefish has the best Apistos I ever seen. Yeah, I just need to find out. I mean, we already talked about this. I need to find out size. He doesn't list the size, which is kind of annoying. And Dan says he knows where he gets his Apistos, so I hope Dan starts buying it from the same person. We'll see. Caitlin, are red wigglers smaller than night crawlers? Oh, yeah. Way smaller. I love red wigglers. Not only do they taste good, but the fish love them as well. Bob, I want to put a colony of Apistos in my new 124-foot. How many should I shoot for? Male-female ratio? It all depends on how much hardscape you're putting in there. The more line of sight breaks, the more caves you have, the more you can put in there. And also, you could do like all males only and not have much issues. Like if there's no females for them to spawn with, they generally don't get very aggressive. But if you wanted to put like 10 of one species in there, just make sure you have enough hides and things like that. But it's really one of those questions that it really depends on who you ask. I've had people swear up and down that you can only put like one pair in a 75, and I'm just like, that's so opposite of everything that I've seen. Because I know someone who's kept like huge colonies and 40 breeders before, so it really just depends. Your Petco has red wigglers? That's so bizarre. I don't know why. It just seems so bizarre to me. Dan won't. Shipping is pretty insane. They're all European sellers in Eastern Europe or Poland. I thought the Czech. Doesn't Czech have some really nice Apistos? That's what I heard. The manager at the co-op has spotted Congos too. He feeds dubia roaches. We'll see how big. He's not gonna be more than 2 inches. Man, I just get snails going. Like, I'm sure you do, but yeah. Oh, see? Secret history? You're wrong. Dan says, we order from that supplier. I don't know why Dan doesn't order Apistos from them. Any word on the Cories? Like, where are we at on the Cories? The Corridoras. Dan's a good guy. He might just not want to hone in on, Jason's business. Which is a very strong possibility because Dan is a really nice dude. So who knows? I second that request for Apistos from Dan's. He does have Apistos in stock right now, I believe. I don't remember which ones. Triple Reds, Mega Orange, whatever the heck that is. I have no idea. His Triple Reds are only $10 though. Hobbyist bred and raised. I mean, that's a pretty dang good price. If this is an actual photo of what he's selling, this is a really good price. Let's go back here. That's a really nice Apisto for $10. Johnny, is that an accurate representation of what's in the tank that you all are selling these? Y'all, there's 80 of them. This should have been the fish of the week because that's cheap. $20 a pair. I mean, this is like spawning size too. Wait, are there other pictures? Oh yeah, look at that. You could argue that these are quadruple reds. Not so much this one. This one, this is a quadruple red right here for $10. Obviously, that's not what's being advertised, so don't buy it and expect to get a quadruple red, but still. There you go. Oh, wait, what other, oh, shoot, too far. Apistos, here we go. Borellii. He had a lot of Apistos when I was there, I feel. I'm like Mega Orange. What's orange about this? It looks yellow to me. I don't know, maybe I'm colorblind. That doesn't look so mega orange to me. This is a good looking fish right here though. You cannot deny that that's not a good looking fish. All right, lost my chat. Okay. Kevin Rosenberg says, wow, good price for sure. Yep. Jennifer, yep, quads. Mm-hmm. The parents were quad reds. There you go. Leo, that is an excellent question. So that is one thing like I'm noticing. Like, when are we going to be able to pick sex? Right? Like, that's a pretty big deal. So if I put 6 of these in my cart and I got all females, like, you know how sad I would be? Like, I might cry. They don't like my hard water. If we're talking Apistogramma cockatoides, you can absolutely breed them in hard water. Not all Apistos, but cockatoides will breed in just about anything these days. I knew some people that kept their cockatoides in their Tanganyikan tank, high pH, obviously hard water, and they still spawned. Gabriel's Glass Boxes says, we've been keeping lake snails bred in captivity for our pea puffers. We use the smallest of the snails. Pea puffers, huh? It's my understanding that you don't have to worry about pea puffers' teeth. So I've always done like vibrobites and bloodworms. I just threw 65 in the pupper tank to help feed the bacteria, and they will be going in a snail bucket with a good amount of rapashi to make more. I just want variety and backup. So, good. Just be aware, like, you can crash your bucket of snails too and have them all die. So just keep, make sure that your parameters aren't getting out of control in the snail bucket. Jim says, just got my 40 breeder rolling for my 3-year-old son. Awesome. A pair of adult angels, 9 Priscilla tetras, 12 false Juliis. The fam is loving it. I mean, it sounds pretty fun to me. Sounds like a good tank. Silver Creek Aquatics says, I have a spare acrylic 40-gallon with a sump and nothing to do with it because of space. May have it in a lean-to and just grow plants and spawn cloud minnows. Sounds awesome to me. You can kill pest snails. It is possible. It is hard, but it is possible. If your parameters, especially nitrate, get out of control, they will die. Believe it or not. Did we get an answer from Johnny? Says the parents are quads. Do I have to call Dan on the phone right now and be like, hey, why can't I buy these in pairs, sir? Is Dan lurking? Let's see. Busted. Nope. Danikin Aquatics is lurking. How dare you, sir? Okay. I'm just now I like to see like who's lurking here. You know what? I'm gonna out some lurkers right now. Oh, I can't. What? Why? What? I thought I could like gift members to my own channel. Why is that not a thing? My only options are super sticker or super chat. Don't anyone gift a membership, but do you guys have that option? Like if you click on it? That's very disappointing. Greg Jones, what's going on, buddy? I saw you're selling on Amazon. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Dan is probably napping. We have an airport coming in tonight. We have an airport coming in tonight. Oh, man. There is no gift option. What the heck? That's very disappointing. I guess I can't. Let's see. I'm going to try in a different browser. Okay. Testing. Testing. That's weird. Nancy says, I have gifting, but also have a new lawnmower to buy tomorrow. That's why I was like, just asking for the option. I'm not asking, like, I'm not fishing for memberships here. So I want to do it myself. That's really bizarre. Huh. So all I had to do was open YouTube in a different tab and it came up. And now I missed everyone that got them gifted. Tampa Tom, Dan, Jennifer, Aqua Addicted, Gabriel's Glass Boxes. There you go. Fish Fam Link gifting 5 again. Not trying to fish for memberships here, but I certainly appreciate it. Just wanted to make sure it worked. Outside in Aquatics, Silver Creek Aquatics, Jim Clemens, Greg Jones, and Rob A. gifted from Fish Fam Link. Maybe Zenny can drop a link for the Fish Fam Link. Some great advertising. Couldn't you have told me this before the stream? I could have removed my membership and then got it for free. That's not how it works. You can cancel your membership, but you can't get it for free until it runs out. So, like, if you just re-upped your membership last week and canceled it this week, you'd still have it for 3 more weeks. And you couldn't be gifted one until that 3 weeks runs out. The delay is really long. Bob, it just doesn't show you. I see it now. But again, now the option is gone. Now, actually, my option to even buy a super chat or super sticker is gone. I don't know what they're talking. I don't know what they're doing. I think the delay is like 30 seconds to a minute. I'm not sure. Couldn't you have told me this? Oh, I already got that one. Now that I'm a member, it has the gifting option. That's weird. So only members can gift? YouTube is doing all kinds of weird stuff right now. They got their new CEO. They're changing things up. Whatever. You mentioning Fish Fam Link on your live stream those few times was the best advertising because you did it unprompted and from what you found. I mean, I go there all the time for the live stream calendar. That's dumb. I want to talk to the manager. Yeah, me too. I find the live stream calendar to be super, super useful. Because then it's like, if someone's live, like if I want to go live, like spontaneously and someone's streaming, I'm either like, oh, I'm not going to stream over that guy. Or I'm like, oh, screw that guy. He hates me. I'm going to stream over him. I'm only half kidding. Yes, your account has to be a member of an account to gift to that account. That's so bizarre. Regina Phalanges, members for 30 months, part of the Dream Team. Back to the Dream Team. Favorite thing about Mondays, Steenfott live stream. That's well, I love Mondays in general. Like, just the start of a new week, I really enjoy. Sunday is not the start of the new week. Monday is a start. So I always love Mondays, but this definitely helps. I also love when the live streams are either on the last day of the month or the first day of the month. I have no rhyme or reason for that. I just love it being on the last day. It's like a good way to end the month or a good way to start the month. Either way. What's the best carpeting plant? Probably, obviously that's very subjective, but probably I would pick Micro Sword. Super easy. Doesn't require a ton of light. Not going to do well in low light. Doesn't require CO2. Obviously, it will do better in high light. It'll do better with CO2. But still, it's a sword plant. Super easy to grow. Bob over here streaming out of spite. Yeah. Starting next month, we are going to go to 2 streams a week. Times and days to be determined, but most likely afternoon. I'm debating afternoon, Thursday or Friday, or evening Saturday. But evening Saturdays already has a pretty big lineup. Let me check the fishfam.link and look at the calendar. Ooh, there's someone else streaming right now. How dare they? The Garden of Eder. Who? You just made the list. How dare you stream at the same time as me? Let's see. Go to week. Saturday. Actually, it looks like Saturday night's pretty open now. It used to be like Ed and who is it now? Saturday night's pretty open. I don't know. I can't do Saturday nights because we're almost at camping season. So Thursday's probably better. Caitlin says, kids tend to be more cranky and tired on Monday, so not my favorite day, but hanging out in the stream definitely makes it better. Where is the calendar? I shall show you. Maybe I'll show you. Here is the calendar. And this website will pretty much tell you everything you need to know about every fish crap that's going on. I don't even know the word I'm looking for. There is a ton of information on this site about fish YouTubers. Let's see. Let's dual stream on Fridays. You mean like stream at the same time on our channels? That doesn't sound like fun. I don't know that I can get behind that. Bringing Danny back on? Yes. Danny is extremely busy right now, so it's hard to like lock her in, but trying to. We only got 2 episodes of the Bob and Danny Hour, and it's been like a year. So, oh man, we need to apply a little peer pressure, I think. Nothing wrong with a little peer pressure, right? You read my mind, Candy? Candy's not here. What are you talking about? Once Steenfott is done streaming, go poke around the site. There's so much fishy stuff up there, mostly fish YouTubers, but all other fish stuff. Yeah, it is your one-stop shop for fish YouTube shows, all kinds of stuff. Articles, shows, blog posts. There's a lot to look at. Jennifer Weaver says, thanks for the membership. Sorry, was buying fish. That's perfectly okay. How's about the old co-op slot? No, I don't want to do Sundays. Danny makes more money working for Corey. I don't know. I mean, I pay it pretty well. I think I sent Candy $1 one time for modding for me. So, I mean, if that tells you how much I pay. How hardy are rainbow shiners, Mike? Very hardy. Got a friend who doesn't like to do regular water changes and wondered if they're hardy enough to handle that. I don't want to say yes, because I don't want to advocate for negligence, even though it's not negligence, but if you have a large enough volume of water with a small enough school, they'll do just fine. What else? Isn't that the point of the weekend? Danny makes more money working. How about the console slot? Yeah, I don't want to do Sundays. Do you grow Monte Carlo without CO2? I'm about to try it. That's why I'm asking. I run dirted homemade soil. I bet you could do it with enough light. Now StreamYard. YouTube lets you join to live stream, so you're both on both your channels and live chats. That sounds miserable. Plus, I don't use StreamYard, so there you go. Actually, Tuesdays are my least favorite day, too. But not because of the kids are cranky or tired, but because my schedule is so packed and the kids I see are crazy groups. I have RS in my 55. I occasionally skip water changes, but it is a very stable tank. Yeah, rainbow shiners are not delicate fish by any means, but obviously there's like a point of no return like any fish if you're not doing water changes. And that's, obviously if you have planted tanks, everything makes a difference. Do ruby tetras act more like pencilfish or ember tetras? That's an interesting question because I think pencilfish and ember tetras act pretty identical myself. Every once in a while you'll get some schooling out of ember tetras, but for the most part, not so much. Unless you have them in like a large group in a large tank. I would say that you could say that ruby tetras are like pencilfish and are like Ember Tetras. Silver Creek Aquatic says, Tuesdays are amazing. We have a taco shop that sells street tacos for $1.45 each. Ooh. I could go for $1.50 tacos. Not even gonna lie. As long as they don't put in that rabbit food, I would eat $1.50 tacos all day long. That would be dangerous. Now, Alex, if you want to come on my channel, or if you want me to come on your channel, I'd be down for that. But a joint stream, both streaming at the same time with multiple chats, sounds kind of neat, but it also sounds pretty horrendous to me. I don't know why it just doesn't. It just does not compute in my brain. Maybe I'll get over it someday, but it's definitely not doing StreamYard. I will never promote StreamYard again until HD streaming is free, or at least a lot cheaper than $50 freaking a month. Ruby Tetras remind me of Battis. They do Tweaky and Shy. They're Tweaky and Shy, but they will alert you to water problems easily. Yeah, it's kind of like, that's why I say they're kind of like both. But what's my least favorite day? What's my least? I don't think I have a least favorite. When all your days are the same, like I don't know that I could have a least favorite day. Any day I have to leave and go see and be around people, that's my least favorite day. How about that? Like earlier today was like my least favorite day. Now my day is better. Friday is early release, so yes, don't even get me started on that early release crap. Last Friday, I was going to make a run to Petco, going into town, getting some $1 per gallon tanks, and it wasn't even noon, and all the schools were getting let out. I'm like, what is going on? The traffic was so horrendous, I just turned around and came back home. Like, not even dealing with all the buses and then all the high school kids driving their billion cars everywhere. Like, I never got half day. It seems like every week they get a half day. That's crazy. Matt Gray says, clocking out. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, buddy, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Rummy Nose Tetras are the canary of... No, I think Rummy Nose are too wimpy to be canaries. Like, I get it. Like, they start dying off, but Rummy Nose Tetras just die off for the dumbest of reasons. I want something a little more hardy to be my canary. Rummy Nose Tetras could be like, oh, you're feeding me pellets today instead of flakes? I'm just going to die then. Screw you. I swear. Rummy Nose Tetras are the most emo Tetras of all the Tetras. I hate Sundays. It means work tomorrow, but Monday isn't that bad. Wait. What? We get early release days once a week now instead of teacher work days throughout the year. When I was in school, there was like 2. There was 1 teacher work day in each semester. That was it. Crazy. And there was a time here when like every other Friday you just got the day off for no reason. Like there was just no school every other Friday. And my best friend was a teacher. I'm like, what are you doing home today? He's like, oh, every other Friday there's no school. I was like, what? How is that a thing? I don't know. Fish tacos are the worst tacos. Change my mind. I will not change your mind because I agree with you. Fish tacos? Ugh. I love fish, but I don't want them in my tacos. Silver Creek Aquatics says, Hardy Tetra, black neon Tetras, hands down, they are soldiers. I do gotta agree with that. I do. Black neon Tetras are super underrated, super awesome. They get bigger than neon Tetras, and they're just better in every way. Unless you really like red or blue, then they're not going to be better. But everything else, they're better. Homemade tortillas. Speaking of your day earlier in the pharmacy, it took me 6 back and forths to finally get my prescription filled. I would lose my frickin' mind. It just blows me away. Takes an hour and a half to move pills from one bottle to the other bottle. Just doesn't make any sense. Ground beef tacos are not tacos. What are they? Almost double the body size, but if you have a tank with a blue background, black neons are an amazing choice. First of all, if you have a tank with a blue background, throw it away. Nothing is worse than blue backgrounds for tanks. Awful. I mean, why? Why? It makes your fish look so bland. Never understand it. Blue backgrounds, get rid of them. Worst thing in the hobby. Worse. There's a place here that has good Baja tacos that are basically popcorn fried shrimp and white Mexican cheese blend with a jalapeno ranch on it. They're pretty good, but fish, just no. What's with all the food? Oh, I guess we are in the second hour already. This went by fast. It's already been an hour and a half. Let me do a little check here. Look at that. Epistogramma cockatoides stock level went from 80 to 70. So somebody scooped up 10 of them, or 2 people got 5, or 10 people got 1, you know. We love our blue backgrounds. Dude, they just wash out the colors. Like, I don't get it. So it's one thing if you get like a used tank for a good deal that has a blue background, but if you're going and buying a new tank and you purposely choose blue, like I want blue background on my brand new tank, you're crazy. Like, you might be a serial killer. I don't know. I would never trust anyone that makes that decision, like knowingly, on a new tank. Telling you. Every time you see like one of those murder porn shows, like 48 Hours or whatever, anytime you see an aquarium on one of those shows, it always has a blue background. There's got to be a link. There's just got to be. I had a blue background in like 2002. Yeah. Like, it doesn't look like the ocean. It doesn't look like the water. It doesn't, like, get over it. Red is the only worst color background. Yeah, I don't know why you do red. That's weird. I've never seen a red one. My Caitlin, my black skirts are crazy fast to the food, kind of mini piranhas. Any of the skirt tetras, I feel like. Serpe, same way. Blue backgrounds are by far the best option if you have dark colored fish. Hands down, their color will pop on a blue background, but if you don't have dark colored fish, it doesn't really do much. I don't care if I have a jet black fish. I'm having a black background. Are you saying Kenny is a serial killer? I mean, if anyone in the fish fam was a serial killer, I think it would be Kenny. I mean, the dude has fish tanks in his bathroom. Like, let's be honest here. Like, that's some serial killer level stuff right there. Like, I seen a frosted background with orange LED behind it. One looked pretty cool. Yeah, the frosted background things can be kind of cool, but once the cool factor wears off, like, it's just like, I would want to go right back to a black background. Oh my gosh. Yep. All my serial killer subscribers just unsubbed for me. Dang it. I used, dark blue. Okay, so I can say dark blue, definitely, but that like baby blue, gross light blue color, ugh. You have half off Wednesday? All right. I did not like keeping black neons on a black background. I could never see them. See, I had my black neons in a 75-gallon with a black background, but it was also like a wall of plants in the back, so it wasn't really like a black background. The background was pretty much plants. Yeah. The best school I ever had was a group of 23 Ember Tetras when they would school tight, and they would school tight when the betta swarmed through. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool to see. I feel like Ember Tetras are definitely one that you would need a large group to get that schooling behavior. Greg Jones says, if I put a tank in the bathroom, my wife would serial kill me. Yes. Oh, man. Amy says, I wish I had any opinion half as passionate as your opinion of baby blue backgrounds. PetSmart blue. That's, yeah. Oh. I had lots of blue background. Like, I got a lot of those acrylic PetSmart tanks from Corey, and they all had blue backgrounds, and it was the worst. Like, that's when I was selling fish on my website regularly and trying to get pictures that actually showed the color. There was no point. Like, I don't care what, any color fish. Trying to get photos with a blue background, it just was awful. But you put any fish on a black background, and it just looks way better. Way easier to film, way easier to photograph. The difference is insane. Silver Creek Aquatic says, if you run a dark background with dark fish, you can use lighter colored stones, driftwood, and substrate to make their color pop. Yeah, or plants. Like get your background plants in there. Plants make all fish look better. That's a scientific fact. Alex says, I don't do backgrounds. I plant my tank. It's not a planted tank if you can see the other side. But I will say, like, sometimes when I watch your videos, I can see all the cords in the backgrounds. Like there's more than one background. Sometimes I see the cords. Not a lot of the times, but sometimes. Your tanks are definitely usually pretty jam-packed. But I agree, like, that plants should be your background 100% of the time. Unless you have something stupid like Oscars. Oscars, get out of here. Why do people hold fish in their hands for pics? It's just way easier. Like, it's the lazy way out, and I don't want to call them lazy, but if you've ever had to try to take pictures of fish, especially to post online to sell, I don't really fault, like, I will never do it, but I don't fault people that do, because it is so much faster to take a fish out of the water for a couple seconds and take a picture than taking 200 pictures and hoping to get one that's in focus. Especially guppies. Guppies are so hard to take pictures of. 3D backgrounds are cool. Yeah, 3D backgrounds can be pretty neat. I've got quite a few of them, and I enjoy them. I've got one that was too big that's now a background in a reptile tank. But yeah, I was lucky enough to have Jay Wilson make me some backgrounds before he left whatever that company was, rock background company. I don't remember. Oscars. Zen Ginger says, I really like the frosted background. Yeah, you would. With the backlit LEDs like the ones that Current USA used to sell, and still might. I don't know. Now, if only Current USA could make a good light. Silver Creek Aquatic says, Zen, I've thought about the LED backlit, but would only do it for a glow light tank, which, yes, I hate all you want. Well, Zenny is definitely not going to hate on glowfish because she loves them. But there is a new glowfish coming out, the Priscilla Tetra, which I is already a glowfish. However, there is now a red Pristilla tetra, which is very interesting looking. Let's... I don't have a way. I will share a picture of it in my Facebook group. How about that? After the stream. My Facebook group, if you're on Facebook, is Steenfott Aquatics. But yes. Red glowfish Pristillas. These were on display for the first time ever at Global Pet. These should be available later this year, they say. Someone could sell some cheap 3D backgrounds, $40 for a 20 price. The price is like, yeah, I don't know that you can make a 3D background for $40. Like, en masse. I don't know how you could do that. Chelsea says pencilfish are the best. Everyone get pencilfish. I agree. I think pencilfish and hatchetfish are way overlooked and need to be a bit more popular in the hobby. Now, pencilfish are way more colorful, but hatchetfish are pretty dang sweet. So go out and get yourself some pencilfish or hatchetfish. Either way. Those new Tetra ones do look pretty cool. I haven't had glowfish since the zebras first came out like 20 years. I've never had glowfish, and I never will. But I'm not going to fault anyone who keeps them. Or say anything bad about anyone who keeps them. Caitlin says, hoping I can strategically place plants, heaters, and filters over my universal rock background so you can't see the little holes or footprints. You have footprints in your universal rock background? Yikes. My fish store started selling pipefish, and I heard they only eat live foods. That is correct. I've never heard of a pipefish eating prepared foods, ever. Foam, sand, paint, 3D background. But how do you mass produce that and sell it for $40? I feel like if that was a thing, it would already be done. I got a deal on a 32-gallon BioCube all-in-one. How thorough do I need to scrub it to convert it to fresh water, or am I going to just try salt water? So the minerals that are stuck on the glass, like, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt fresh water at all. It doesn't look that good, obviously. A lot of the mineral deposits are going to be pretty dang hard to scrub off. You could, like, soak it in vinegar. But really, that's just minerals. It's not salt. It's not salt water. Like, it's not dried up salt water. It's crusty minerals. So it's not going to hurt. When you don't even know what to say anymore? What? What are you talking about? Do you think too much salmon for fish is bad for our aquarium fish? The same way it's bad for us if we have too much regularly. I'd eat salmon every single day if I could. I don't think it's bad. I would always advocate for a variety, because who wants to eat the same thing? Like, I would eat salmon every day, but after like 2 weeks, I'd be like, okay, I need something different. Just because I would get tired of it. I would much rather advocate for variety. Yes, footprints, just like Corey warned. Well, I'm glad mine were custom made then, because mine do not have footprints. That's awful. Man. I have not heard a lot of good things about that company, to be honest. I don't know. I hate to go down that road with another company and twice in the same stream, but I've heard a lot of horror stories when it comes to universal rocks. I have a few plecos now, and I put in like terracotta pots to try and breed them. Does it only the male go into the cave? Yes, the male will guard the cave, try to entice the female in the cave. The female will go in and spawn, and then immediately leave. That's why I keep them with discus. Your pencilfish? If your fish get too much mercury, they aren't going to fail out of college or anything. If I had to choose between an Oscar and a school of glowfish, which would you keep? Probably glowfish, because I think a school of a lot of fish is a lot cooler than just one fish. Pencil fish just eat pencils? Okay. How do you have footprints in your signature product? Yeah, that is just mind-blowing. Mine had footprints on the back, but they did wash off. It's one thing if it's just a dusty footprint, but how or why would you ever be stepping on a mold that's not dry? Like, I don't even know why you would step on like a fully cured mold. That's so weird. I need those new super coral pencil fish. I don't know that I've seen them. Speaking of pencils, did you know you can make a soldering gun out of a pencil? I'm sure you could. I didn't know that, but I could see how it's maybe possible. Absolutely, Bob. Not really a fan of monster fish, sadly. Maybe because I'm addicts to like whole community and 50 fish and plants compared to bare bottom. Yeah, yeah. I'm much more into community aquariums than like one 300-gallon tank with some huge Central American cichlid. Like, that's just seems boring to me. Like, I'm sure having a monster fish like that would be cool for a while. I just feel like I would get sick of it a lot faster than I would if I have like a 300-gallon tank with like 100 cories and 100 rasboras and, you know, pencil fish, hatchet fish, shrimp. Like, you would never run out of things to look at. But a 300-gallon with one fish that just sits in a freaking pot all day, like, I don't know. It's just not very exciting for me. Can you keep an arowana in a planted tank? Yeah. Is 4 feet long enough? Not even close. Not even close. You need at least double. You drill a hole through the front of the pencil where the tip is. Drill the hole through the center of the lead graphite core. Attach wires through the drilled hole and tape up. Then tape to a battery up to 1,000 Celsius. Okay, MacGyver. Zen Ginger said, yes, arowanas need a huge tank. Absolutely. I mean, they get like 3 feet long. You can't have a 3-foot fish in a 4-foot tank. Life in Liquid says, pencil, yeah, hatchets, blah. I find hatchets to be very fun. They aren't washing off, and there are multiple, and they are on the front as well. The ones on the front are kind of blend in, but once you see them, you can't unsee them. It's crazy. Yeah, for the price, they should never be there. Absolutely never, ever, ever, ever. I think I saw you said how much it was. Where was that comment? Now I don't see it. Where'd it go? Caitlin says, I spent $200 with shipping for my 4-foot by 5-foot background because it would cover multiple tanks. Black would have been better. Ouch. Leo says, did you email them? You'll be lucky if they email you back. From what I've heard. Anyways. Takari says, I'm probably not pronouncing that right either. Thank God for the stream. I learned so much with you guys. No arowana from me. Yeah, I would. It's a 3-foot fish. To me, I mean, for me to keep a 3-foot fish, I would need like a 20-foot long tank. I don't even know how, front to back. But nothing like irks me more than seeing an arowana in a 125. Like, that's just crazy to me. If a fish can't turn around without touching both the front and back, then it needs a bigger tank. That's just there's no other way around it. Like, crazy. It's like Oscars in a 55. Like, they can't turn around without touching the front or back. You should not be keeping Oscars at all, let alone in a 55-gallon tank. Pronouncing it perfect. All right. It's always nice when I get one right. Connor says random, but my Pac-Man frog moved. It's the most exciting thing that's happened for 8 seconds. Yeah, I can see that. You're watching your Pac-Man frog for a year and it finally moves. Oh, man. Yeah, the 120 arowana is super depressing. Like, even my 240, like, I could not imagine keeping an arowana in my 240-gallon tank that I had. It's just, man. They really, I mean, maybe like an outdoor pool. Like, get yourself a big outdoor above-ground pool and then pay like $1,000 a month to heat it, and you're good to go. It's like a big person being kept in an airplane bathroom. It's like, even me, like, I could imagine being cooped up in like a normal sized bedroom that's like, what, 10 by 12 feet? Like, I couldn't live in that thing my whole life. It's crazy. Eric says, I have a yellow goldish rainbow fish, but I haven't seen any like this. Is this an actual rainbow fish? Impossible to know. There's yellow, there's multiple yellow rainbow fish, there's multiple goldish rainbow fish, there's multiple bronze rainbow fish. The odds are very high that it's also possibly hybrid. Without seeing it, it would be impossible to say, unfortunately. Life in Liquid says, I scored an African butterfly last week. Cool topwater fish. They're pretty interesting. Yeah, an old pool. Yeah, one of the aquatic, I think like the very first aquatic experience I went to, they had a huge above ground pool with arowanas and some other stuff I don't remember. But like, seeing arowanas, I mean, this thing had to be like 30 feet by 30 feet, and it was only maybe like 18 inches deep, clearly temporary. But when you see a fish like that in a large area like that, it's such a huge difference than when you're looking at a huge fish like that in an 8-foot tank. Like, their behavior is just so different. Like, I could never enjoy an arowana in an 8-foot tank, ever. Johnny says, we've got some nice Melanotania sex lineata coming soon. They're yellowish. Yeah, but those are easy because they have lipstick. They have that bright lipstick, so it's easy. The thing that some that come to mind, or one that comes to mind, would be like Amari. Those are like a yellow, bronzish, brown color. But yeah, you can't identify a fish without seeing it. I mean, it's definitely a rainbow fish, but if it's, without seeing it, we can't see if it's a hybrid or, and even showing a picture of it sometimes can be really hard to identify a rainbow fish. Your best bet would be to go on like Facebook and join some rainbow fish groups and then show a picture of it there. Leo says, heard a crazy story. Someone added some puffers to a tank with coolie loaches. Let's just say they ain't there no more. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Probably not one that I would do. I did find some coolie loaches in my 125 when I ripped all the plants out. I didn't even know those were in there. I remember now putting them in there, but I completely forgot. Because you never see coolie loaches in a 125-gallon jungle planted aquarium. There was also some pygmaeus cories I forgot that I put in there as well. Who knew? Any thoughts on Sulawesi shrimp? I've never kept them. I've heard they're pretty easy to keep as far as shrimp go, but yeah, I've never kept them myself. So outside of that, no real thoughts. They do look like worms. Yeah, you could only be mad at the person that thought that would be a good combo. Some interesting dinner options for the puffer would be coolie loaches for sure. Then you have little tadpoles to take care of. Takari says, Alex, have you done a video on the Sulawesi shrimp? I want to say yes, but now I don't remember. Johnny Drama. What else we got? What else is coming to Dan's Fish? You got any other fish you're holding out on us? Still waiting for them corridoras, just saying, but very interesting. Calm down. I wish there was like a coming soon section of the website. Not even that, because that would actually be very annoying, because then you're just going to get bombarded with emails. If you could just email me every time you get new fish so I have the inside scoop, I'd really appreciate it. The red tail eels, they'll be back soon. Ooh, those are a hot item for sure. Maybe up the price on them a little bit, huh? Give me more affiliate money. Double the prices on everything. Selling, giving away is the problem. Okay. Types of fish I should avoid putting with the puffer. I'm thinking most tetras are probably too aggressive with the food. I mean, it really depends on what you're feeding them. As far as the food, like if you're getting snails, obviously the tetras aren't going to go after snails. Scuds, things like that, yeah, they're probably going to go after those. But eventually your puffer is going to be too big for scuds. I would say anything that looks like a coolie loach, shy away from. I just started a no filter fish bowl. How long do I let it cycle till before I add shrimp? However long it takes to cycle. The cycle times are different in every scenario. Ask Dan to order some L56 chubby plecos. Just discovered this pleco and love it. Those are very expensive. I'd be very surprised if he gets those in. I'm gonna see. Let's check plecos. Catfish. Plecos, here we go. Not super expensive, but pretty dang expensive. I want to see if I have L56 on my list here. There's a lot of cool plecos coming around. We're getting to that time of year where we're going to start seeing a lot of cool fish. I don't see any 56s. Nope. Let's see. Trying to find some here. No, I don't really trust this place. Oh, you know, I'm thinking of a completely different pleco. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm right. Yeah, like $300. That's pretty expensive. You know what's funny? All these, like... Actually, he's had them before. So maybe... I mean, they're on Dan's website. Maybe Johnny can see how much they were selling them for. Looks like he's had them before. Anyone ever use the universal rocks for a 75 gallon and did it work? I mean, obviously it's going to work. Johnny says they were $80. That's not bad at all. Bob has left the chat. That is true. Johnny, I just moved the 7 stir-bys that I got from you to the discus tank with the other 5 stir-bys that were already there. They're looking great. So much room. They're super happy. Hey, I'm starting a 10-gallon tank with 5 guppies. I'm thinking about adding maybe a peacock gudgeon. Would that be good? What would I feed it? So your peacock gudgeon will eventually eat your guppy fry if you care about that. Otherwise, peacock gudgeons eat anything. They're not picky. Oh, yeah. Every week. Says stream offline. That's what you get when you make me look stuff up. Change your scene. Yep. Let's see. What could I change it to? There. How do you like that? Hey. I don't know what you're chewing on, but you need to not chew on that anymore. No, I'm not breeding the guppies, just males. There's a good chance that your peacock gudgeon will also fin nip. I'm going to keep it on this for the rest of the stream. Out of spite. What do you think about that? Starting soon? How about that? What else do I got?
And now, on with the show.
I stick to single species in a 10-gallon, especially with a live bearer. You could definitely do more than 5 guppies in a 10-gallon tank. I don't know that a peacock gudgeon is your best bet. It's going to get fairly large. 2.5, 3 inches. And it could definitely make a meal out of the guppies if it wanted to. Has anyone used live rocks for bettas from Aquarium Co-op? It looks like the best looking substrate. Live rocks. Like crushed coral? Live rock substrate? Are you talking about like the substrate that's pre-seeded with beneficial bacteria? Gonna confuse the hell out of anyone coming in. No one comes in this late, so it doesn't matter. What should I put as a centerpiece fish instead? A centerpiece for a 10-gallon tank is gonna be kind of hard. You could do like a gourami maybe. Obviously a betta. That's like the obvious answer. I do need to please wait. Living in a tiny shack in the woods. That's a good one. I'll have to work on that and hopefully have that ready by the end of next year. We'll see. Leave the puppers alone. Not if they're chewing. He's chewing on something. He knows he's in trouble. Okay, cool. Yeah, look up like honey gourami, like just one male honey gourami. They're pretty cool. I would probably, if you want multiple species though, I would do like rasboras, especially if you're not into like breeding. You could do rasboras and pygmy corridors and shrimp. You can get a lot of stuff in a 10-gallon tank. Law dog. We don't like your law dog kind around here. Okay, I heard of them. I just wasn't sure where to buy one. A male Episto. You could do a male Episto in a 10-gallon tank. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Corey has a video on 10-gallon centerpiece fish. That is true. I just like... I'm not a big centerpiece fish kind of person. I don't know. It's just one of those sayings like... You really just want something that looks good. And to me, multiple schools of fish look better than just one fish. No matter the size of fish, no matter the size of tank. In my opinion, the more activity, the better. So, like, one centerpiece fish in a 10-gallon, or, like I said, maybe some pygmaeus, some chili rasboras, shrimp. Look behind me. Why? I'm looking, but I don't see anything. I did forget I turned these blue lights on. I was going to turn those off. I'm just now seeing them. I've only kept Episto harems in 20s or larger, so wasn't sure and didn't want to give bad advice. Yeah, you can do a single male in a 10-gallon, no problem. What size of the fish? You can see the picture on their website. If you go to their website. I did have it up, but I just minimized it. About 1.5 inches. Yeah. So, if you go on their website and just search for L56, it'll come up and you can see a picture of it. But Johnny already answered 1.5 inches. 3 licorice gourami or 3 sparkling gouramis. Sparkling gouramis, I do enjoy sparkling gouramis. Yeah, and don't just look up chili rasboras. Look up all rasboras. There's so many good ones, like strawberry rasbora, 3-spot rasbora, neon green rasboras. So many cool rasboras out there. And I do love me some honey gouramis. Whether they're the red ones, the yellow ones. Probably my favorite gourami. You're putting your puffer... Caitlin says, you can have schools with a centerpiece fish. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely not one or the other. If I made it sound that way. It's just like... If you have, like, schools of fish, then... Like, that's going to be your centerpiece. Clown rasbora. What about rocket killifish? Like, clown killies? No one ever talks about clown killies. Super cool-looking fish that's really easy to care for. The Kubatoy, the neon green. Yep. Law Dog, have you heard of Red Dead Redemption? Yes, I've never played it, though. Chocolate gouramis are fun, too. All 3 kinds stay small. Is it like the croaking gourami, or what's the one that, like, makes noise? I don't know enough about gouramis. The only gourami I've ever kept are honey gouramis. Yeah, Takari, isn't there a croaking gourami too? I don't know how big it gets though. I have no idea. Someone in chat will say, it gets like 36 inches. You can't put it in a 10-gallon. I would never do an Amazon puffer in a 10-gallon ever. Having kept Amazon puffers, I would never put that fish in a 10-gallon tank. I don't know that I would ever put a 4 to 5 inch fish in a 10-gallon tank, no matter what kind it is. You're never, ever, ever going to go wrong with chili rasboras or strawberry rasboras, though. Never. Johnny says, I have clown killies. Pulled their spawning mop the other day and it was full of eggs. There were 2 types of eggs though, so I might have some Mellis fry soon. That's pretty cool. Very nice. You're gonna be the first person to breed those Mellis, I believe. I don't know if Tiffany's still here. If hers have spawned yet. No, she's not here. I'll ask her next week if I see her. Alex says, yes, there are several vocal gourami. Even sparkling gouramis make a grunting noise, like little clicks. However, kept bamboo shrimp. Yes, I have 3 in mine, and they look so different. It's crazy. But we can't be vampire shrimps here, though. But we can't have maybe vampire shrimps. I have kept bamboo shrimp. I would only recommend them to tanks that are very well established because they are filter feeders. They need lots of stuff in the water column to eat. So I would never put bamboo shrimp in a newly set up tank. Phoenix rasboras are cool. I agree. People have bred them. No. Not like first time. I mean like the first to breed that they got from you. From Dan's Fish. Not like first ever. Sorry, I should have clarified. They have definitely been hobbyist bred. I just meant from the ones that you guys sold. And Zen Ginger says, must have a tight-fitting lid or they will rocket out of your tank and be fish jerky. Or you could do lots of like floating plants and that'll stop that too. But it is that time. We are at the 7 o'clock hour, so it is time to end the stream. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Went by really fast, which is always a good sign. Sun de Danio rasboras are fun too. The blue axelradi and the other neon red ruber. Yeah, like I said, so many cool rasboras. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great week. I don't have much of a sign off for you, so I'm just going to sign off. It says stream offline. Oh, here. There we go. This is a better end screen for the stream ending. There you go. Have a good night, everyone. Hope you have a great week.